everybody. Let's see if this is going. I'm not sure if it is. This is my first time live streaming, so I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh, I have audio. Okay, it seems to be doing well. Hey Yoshi dude, what's up? Like I said, I have no idea what I'm doing, so if we just want to chat around, we definitely can. Let's see here. I just want to see the chat. There we are. So yeah, let's see what this is. Hey, Captain. But yeah, I have absolutely no idea what the hell I'm doing. Hey Cap, if you want to actually instruct me on what to do so I can like see the chat or something, because I cannot for the life of me figure this out. Yeah, thanks for the encouragement, I guess. But yeah, the thing is really delayed. Like it's delayed by like 8 seconds. So sorry if I'm just sort of staring at the screen blankly and just like you know, being completely blank. Always, yep. So, what do we want to talk about? Do we want to talk about King of the Monsters or G-Fest? Things like that? Because we definitely can. I'll just give my thoughts on King of the Monsters just to get the conversation starting. I thought it was amazing. You know, I thought that the action, the kaiju action, was absolutely amazing. I don't think Doherty or the visual effects team could have done any better, to be honest, because the entire fight was so amazing and so well done that I don't think they could have done any better, to be honest. So this is so confusing. So I'm sorry. Because the thing is delayed, and I'm trying to see what I'm doing. I just can't do. I just don't know what to do. So, like I said, sorry for if I'm just completely blank for long stretches of time, because like I said, I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh, let's go to the live control room. There we go. I just had my funny bone. So yeah, right now it's whatever. I'm fine with how it is right now. I want to see if I can actually. I have a second camera set up here, and I want to see if I can change the camera. I don't. There we go. Hey, there we go. Let's see if that works. So hopefully that worked. Yay. Sorry for the really bad quality of the image. Might just be my Wi-Fi or something. Oh, I am going to G-Fest, by the way, Cap. If you can make it, definitely try and make it if you can, because I'm not kidding you. G-Fest, the few times I've gone, has been the best weekend of my life. Meeting all the new people there, meeting Takarada, who was in the original Godzilla movie from '54. That's his autograph back there. So, I'm flexing right now on all of you, two of you that are watching. But yeah, I met Takarada a few years ago. So I'm really grateful that I've been able to go a few times. I know a lot of people aren't able to go at all. So I'm just happy that I'm able to drive with my dad. But yeah, I've met a bunch of other people too at G-Fest. I've met Goji Fan 93. I have a picture with him somewhere on my phone. I've met Matt from Monstrosities, the Tokusatsu vlog. I've met Daikaiju Legends. I've met I think I've met Kaijuzilla 621. But I'm really happy I've been able to meet a lot of people who are really, awesome people. So yeah. Sorry, I keep going back to the headphones. I'm just trying to see how far behind this is. Hey, Cap, when you live stream every Wednesday, is it really laggy for you? Because there's about a 10-second lag from when I talk and when the stream shows what I just said, I guess. I don't know how to word. Yeah. Cap, they do have a lot of vendors. It's called the dealer's room. It's a giant room just full. You can just look it up online. But there's like a vendor, then a vendor, and then a vendor. Okay. I'll turn off my volume. You guys seem to be able to hear what I'm talking about. So, okay, good. I'm not going crazy then, but yeah, but at G-Fest there's tons of vendors. I'll actually get my manual brochure thingy. So I have the booklets for all of the years I've gone. I've gone 3 times. So this is from last year's G-Fest, and they have a layout of the vendors. It's called the dealer's room, and yeah, I don't know if you're able to see this, but there's just a whole bunch of like vendors that there. It's like a ring on the outside, and then um, um, there are like two squares, so it sort of looks like an 8 if you draw it out or something. But it's a really, if you're a kaiju fan, it will be like your wet dream or something. It's amazing. Um, okay, yeah, Yoshi, dude, if you can eventually go to G Fest, definitely do it because, like I said, it's one of the best um, days of my life because I've met so many great people, whether they be in the Godzilla movies or whether they be in um, um, just people on YouTube. So Cap, hopefully I can meet you there. And Yoshi, dude, if you go to G Fest, hit me up. This smug face, you know what it looks like. So, but if you let's go back to King of the Monsters, maybe if you want to. I'm interested to hear what you guys think about it. Cap, I know you said you liked it. Yoshi, dude, I don't know if you said anything, but I'm assuming you liked it too. But that I'm lost in my thoughts. Anyway, the monster effects, I think, in these monster movies, the last few monster movies, Pacific Rim, the first one, Godzilla, and then what's it called? King of the Monsters and Skull Island. I don't know why I'm blanking on these titles, but I think that their CGI is some of the best in the last 20 years, like of any movie, whether they be like Star Wars or the MCU or just like Inception, all that stuff. They are genuinely some of the best special effects I've ever seen in any movie. And I don't think it's gonna let up in, excuse me, I don't think it's gonna let up in terms of quality. Pacific Rim Uprising just looked like a giant PS4 game, and I can it definitely shows, I think, but yeah, I'm really interested to see how they make Kong a threat to Godzilla, or even a match to Godzilla after the whole. I hope Yoshi, you've seen it, but I'm hoping. I'm really interested to see what they give Kong after Godzilla just did the giant pulse thing and melted Ghidorah's wings off, because that's, I mean, what's a giant gorilla gonna do against that? You know, what can a hairy gorilla do against a lizard that is literally emitting a sphere, like a Dragon Ball sphere of key energies? It's I don't know what they're going to do for Kong, because like he's just a big gorilla. But yeah, Yoshi, dude, I agree with you. I thought that the human story was actually rather good. I mean, compared to 2014, I thought that the humans, human characters, and just the humans in general were considerably more enjoyable to watch and a lot easier to root for than in 2014, because Aaron Taylor Johnson was just a piece of plywood walking around, unfortunately. But Vera Farmiga, Kyle Chandler, and Millie Bobby Brown, I thought, did a really good job expressing and showing like a family that was torn apart, that didn't want to be torn apart, but just by nature, sort of like that nature versus nurture thing, like just because of the scenario and the circumstances they were in, they were torn apart just from, like, I'm guessing, like different ideologies, or just you know, environmental factors. Seriously, I'm a Kong fan above all else, but I don't like his chances in that fight unless he gets it to electric powers back. Yeah, if they go that route, they're gonna have to explain how he got that. Because if he didn't display it in Skull Island or in King Kong Skull Island, it's gonna be weird to just have Kong start zapping Godzilla. Because I mean, you know, where did he get that power? I mean, I know it's been like 40 years in terms of the MonsterVerse timeline, but I really think that it's going to be difficult for the the writers to explain how he got that power. So, but I'm just excited to see what they do. I could see Kong use more weapons. See, that's when. How do I word this without completely triggering the captain? When Kong used the giant propeller thing as like a shuriken or whatever it's called, I kind of rolled my eyes because he just found it and then threw it like he'd been practicing for years, and that know-it-allness, I guess, or whatever, just really kind of bugged me a little bit because I mean he just found the propeller. And then he just threw it, and it worked as well as anyone could have expected it to. That kind of set me off a little bit. But when Kong, took off all the leaves on the tree and then smashed the skull crawler with a baseball bat, essentially, I thought that was really cool. But like I said, I really think that Kong is going to have a really difficult time with really anything against what Godzilla did to Ghidorah. So actually, I want to see if I can use that microphone. Default microphone. Let's see. Whatever. I just turned the microphone on the webcam, so I wonder if that might be better audio. Tell me if it's better audio right now. Hi, Super Kaiju. Much, but I hopeful to see the MonsterVerse Kong. Amazing. Yes, Captain, you're right. I really want to get a Kong monster arts from the MonsterVerse, or even just from Godzilla versus Kong to have as a counterpart to either the Monster Arts version or the NECA version, because this is a good figure, and I don't think NECA is going to be doing a Kong figure from 1962. I don't think that I don't really think that they're going to be able to do that. So, but we'll see. But you're right. I do really want a Kong figure from the MonsterVerse, because that would be really a really cool figure. So MonsterVerse, because that don't do that, would be really. There we go. My bad. Sorry if that just completely you messed with the whole thing. But speaking of monster arts, though, this figure right here, the 2019 version, is really good. NECA will do good. Yeah. This figure is so much better than the 2014 version. Although I do love this figure, despite its many problems of the tail, falling down and the eyes and the teeth. Although fortunately, my eyes and teeth are not all that bad. I don't have like the red gums or anything. But this 2019, I want to see SH Monster Arts NECA versions of other Titans we saw in King of the Monsters. I gotta run, picking up my girlfriend from work. Yeah, see you later, Cap. But yeah, Super Kaiju. Yeah, I do want to see other monsters or other figures from the other monsters in the movie, but I don't think they'll sell well because the giant spider, I think its name is like Scylla, and then Behemoth and um, whatever, the Muto Prime. I don't think they'll sell well because they were barely in the movie. The Muto's profitability, I guess, I think has really ran out. Um, I don't think that they'll really sell well, to be honest, to really warrant a NECA or a Monster Arts. So to be honest, though, I think just the four main ones from the Toho or the Toho monsters will be really good. I should get the Monstrous Ghidorah with King Piccolo. Oh, the Figure Arts King Piccolo. Yeah, that's a really. I'm really wanting to see or get that figure because I've been watching Dragon Ball lately, and Goku has killed the old King Piccolo, but now he's fighting or arguing with Kame and about whether or not to kill the incarnated Piccolo. So yeah, congrats on 1K subs. Never something I could ever do. Well, thanks for the words, Super Kaiju or Super Kaiju. But I didn't think I would reach 1,000 subscribers ever. But I just tried to work hard on what I wanted to do. I mean, the Gypsy Avenger video it took me 5 months to make, surprisingly, for 2.5 minutes. But that was my most that was my longest production time for anything, really. So I'm really glad it's doing well. But that video is really what got me to where I am today. So I'm lucky in the fact that that one video did well and propelled me to where I am now. But if you keep going and going, doing what you love, I know this is all rehashed from any motivational video that's on YouTube, but if you keep making what you want to make and you keep building an audience, you'll eventually get to 1,000 subscribers. So I'll be there when you do. Just, contact me and I can definitely be there too. King Piccolo Saga is my favorite saga. Yeah, I like the saga. It was a good saga. I like the Tien saga where it's just Goku, Kid Goku, and Tien fighting because Tien is my favorite character. But yeah, that's a good storyline. I didn't understand what people meant by the Cell saga or the Frieza saga. I thought it was like a separate series and not just a storyline within a season. I thought it was sort of like the Super Broly movie, where it's like an individual story, like by itself. Tien versus Kid Goku is my favorite fight. Yeah, it is. That's a good fight. Counter 656, which is another stop motion channel, did a stop motion with the Tien and Goku, Kid Goku figure arts, and it's really good. So, but that whole fight was really good. I think that might be my favorite fight too. The one thing that does kind of nag me though is that they keep saying Tien Shinhan, come in, instead of just saying Tien, or it's like you must kill me, Tien Shinhan, or I'm going to kill you, Tien Shinhan, like when Mercenary Tao is fighting him when he's a cyborg. But yeah, that is a good fight. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, like I said, this figure, the 2019 figure, is really good. I'm really happy I got it. So, especially importing it too, because I got it from Hobby Link Japan, and they sent it. I got it in 5 days after it shipped. Wait, no, yeah, I got it 5 days after I had placed the order and paid shipping and whatever. So that I'm really glad that, for one, it came that quickly, and I got it early because Amazon keeps pushing back their release date for the Godzilla. First it was like, I think it was like June 10th or something like that, and then it got pushed back to 12th. And they're just doing like what Medicom does with their Mafex figures. They just keep pushing them back. So I can't think of a better example of a Mafex figure being pushed back than the Iron Spider from Infinity War. So yeah, but can you react to the video I made yesterday? It gave me advice to improve. Cancel your video. Oh my god. Yeah, sure, I can definitely do that. Oh, come on. Super Kaiju 6'9". Is it Super Kaiju? Is it Godzilla versus King Ghidorah? Because I can definitely watch that and put down a comment for advice. BBTS canceled my Figure Arts Zero order. Ow, sorry, man. I haven't done any business with BBTS, so I can't really give it any advice. I've just always gotten everything from Amazon. But I mean, this is the Monster Arts 2019 is the first thing well, not really. I mean, it's the first thing I remember importing, although I do have the Revoltech Gamera, like 2 Revoltech Gamera figures that we got from Japan. But the Godzilla was the first one we bought from a Japanese site and a Japanese retailer. So currently taking a poop. This is lit. Plop. Well, Mr. Overdrive 1024, or sorry, Mr. Underscore Overdrive 1024. So, but yeah, I'm sorry to hear about that, Yoshi dude. Like I said, I haven't bought anything from BBTS, but I look a lot. I look there, like every few days just to see what they have new. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. I mean, was the Ultraman you got, was that just the base form Zero, or was that the one with the like extra like shoulder pads and accessories? Because if it's just the base form, yeah, okay, I'm looking at it right now, the Ultraman Zero Beyond. If it were that, I would be pissed. Even if it were just the regular one, I'd be pissed too. But okay, it was the base. I eventually got it from them, but that was a pre-order they canceled. Okay, so they canceled your pre-order. That sucks. But I'm lucky enough to not have had an order canceled. Namely just because I get things from Amazon and you don't really cancel them with them. At least I haven't. But that Ultraman Zero, I have to admit, is my favorite Ultraman design. Either that or G. So, but that is I really like the design, the blue and red and the silver, like the chrome, the contrast. on that figure is really, it's really cool. To be honest, if I'm not going to be the first to admit, I haven't watched a ton of Ultraman. I've seen parts of the first series, but then, you know, I also have the manga series too. Every single volume that's been published, at least. So, but I did watch Ultraman, like Super Fighter series. There, it was the one where Belial gets introduced, where he summons all of the monsters from the graveyard, and then this one group of people come in and are like, "Hey, we have Gamora. Let's mechanize him and kick kaiju butt." So, yeah, Jeet and Zero are your favorite too. What is your favorite figure in your collection? I mean, you can't really pick from your favorite thing ever. I mean, out of the X Plus, probably I have two X Plus, by the way. The 30 centimeter 84 and 04. So I'd probably have to say the 04 is my favorite out of the X Plus, but out of the Monster Arts, I don't know, man. This guy is a good contender for first. The GMK is another contender for first, and the 2002 Kiryu Goji is another one. So, what do you have to say against murder allegations? Oh my god. Okay, I know who that is. I've seen the first episodes of the original Jeed and Ultra Galaxy Legends. Okay. Hang on. I want to see who this is. Okay. I know who you are. Log _ 2602. Yeah, I haven't seen too many Ultraman. Going back to Ultraman, I haven't seen too many episodes. The last one I remember watching was where the plant monster comes out. But that was it. Maybe it was the one where the fish loves the chocolate and then eats that. So I don't remember. I'll put that back later. But yeah. But yeah, I do like Ultraman, the manga, though, because the artwork is really interesting. Like, I have a hard time actually like following the action a little bit, just because there's some parts where the artwork is so stylistic and odd that I can't really follow the action all that well. Ray, Ultra Galaxy Legends is my favorite Ultraman character. Is that what it's called? Ultra Galaxy Legend. That's it. That's the movie I've seen. I saw it at G-Fest. It was pretty good. Not gonna lie. Agent Doofus says hi from Budapest. Well, hello, Agent Doofus. Is Agent Doofus the best KaiMo? He may be. I'm not sure. There are multiple KaiMos around the world, and you never know which one you're talking to. You don't know if you're talking to the original or if you're talking to the Agent Doofus outpost. Logan, I'm in Budapest. So, yeah. But Ultraman, like I said, I love the manga. Can't wait to watch the anime once I finished the 11th volume. Yeah, the 12th one comes out in August, and I'll definitely be reading that when it comes out. So, What's the German KaiMo? The German KaiMo is the German KaiMo is I don't know, Colonel Flink. Really, it's 1040 over there. I have the first 5 volumes of the Ultraman manga. Okay, yeah. I have all 11 that are released. So I'm not done with them yet. I'm on number 9. But I'll finish all of them and then I'll watch the anime that's on Netflix. Speaking of that, the art style on the anime version of the Ultraman manga is super cool because I really like the 3D animation because it was done by Polygon Pictures, which also did the Godzilla trilogy, the anime trilogy that's also on Netflix, and I really like that art style. So I'm really excited to watch it, and I'm interested to see how far they go with the anime because the anime or the manga isn't finished because volume 12 is coming out in a few months. So I'm just really interested to see how far they go in terms of the story. How's the Godzilla movie? Agent Doofus, are you talking about the new one, King of the Monsters? It's amazing. I definitely recommend it if you can go watch it in Budapest. I just turn off your brain for 2 hours and you'll be completely fine. Personally, I don't like the 3D anime. Yeah, I can definitely understand why. So I can definitely understand why you might not like the 3D anime just because, I mean, it's not for everyone. I mean, traditional anime is like Dragon Ball, where it's like 2D and it's hand drawn and stuff. But I like the art style. I think it's really inventive. Is Bryan Cranston back? Well, I can tell you, Bryan Cranston in real life is still alive. However, Bryan Cranston is not back in this new movie. Unfortunately, he was the best actor in the last movie. What a shame. Why did MIB, Monster Island Buddies, when they released their review for King of the Monsters, said, why do these monster verses always advertise a different protagonist? Because in 2014, all the trailers advertised Bryan Cranston as the main protagonist, but then it was actually Ford Brody, Aaron Taylor Johnson. And then in Skull Island, it was supposed to be who plays Loki? Tom Hiddleston or whatever his name is. We thought that he was going to be the main protagonist, but it was actually John C. Reilly's character, I think. That one's a little bit iffy. And then in the new one, we thought Millie Bobby Brown would be the main protagonist, but it's really Kyle Chandler, which I'm fine with. He did an okay job. What's your favorite suit in Mobile Suit Gundam? I like the Unicorn Gundam a lot. I like the contrast between the white and then the red, like the Psycho armor underneath. I think that would have to be my favorite mobile suit. Other than that, it would probably be the original one, and then Gundam Barbados, or Barbados, whatever his name is. I like the endoskeleton look that Barbados has, or Barbados. Is the Russian KaiMo a bear? No, it's a bottle of vodka. Mine is classic Zaku. Yeah, I like the classic Zaku look too. It's just the perfect base for any mobile suit. I like Char's Gundam a lot too. The bright pink on Char's Zaku is really cool. To be honest, if I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't really like the modifications they do or the redesigns for the Zaku armor or suit, because where it just gets like really extreme with our giant cannons and giant like fins and blades on it, because that's just a little excessive, I think. But just give me the regular one, whether it be the Char Zaku or just the regular Zaku. I have the master grade of his. And his Rick-Dom. Yeah, the master grade one. I haven't ventured into master grade. I only have high grade and then one real grade. And the real grade was an experience, to say the least. Just building that took forever. And I want to try a masterpiece, or not masterpiece, master grade. But yeah, for right now, I've just been sticking to high grade. So, but I have to admit, the thing about the model kits from Bandai is that they're super cheap. They're anywhere from like $10 to $50, which if you got Robot Damashi or one where it's the figure's already made and painted and stuff, they'd be $50 to begin with. But Barbados, which is it is small, it cost me $10 from a local hobby store. So the price on them is very reasonable, and besides, you get to spend 5 hours building a model kit too, and I think that's really cool because you put your blood, sweat, and tears in it. My most recent master grade was a Sinanju Stein. Yeah, Sinanju, that's the one from Unicorn, right? Sinanju. That is not the one from. Is this Okay, this is not the one I'm thinking of. Never mind. Yeah, that is a good looking model kit though, or design. Because I think okay, the Sinanju I'm talking about is just like Sinanju. It's just a red Gundam, or it's just basically a red version of the Sinanju Stein. So, but that is a really good looking one. Looking model kit. Yep. So, log underscore 2602. The Japanese KaiMo, by the way, is just a plate of sushi and a bowl of rice. And yeah, so Russian, the Russian KaiMo is a bottle of vodka. Japanese KaiMo is a plate of sushi and a bowl of rice. German KaiMo is Colonel Klink. And then Budapest KaiMo is Agent Doofus. So, but G-Fest is coming around the corner in about a month, I believe. I think it's about a little less or a little over a month. So I'm really excited to go to G-Fest again. I just can't. The person I really want to meet this year is Kaijuzilla 621. So because he is he's the contest holder that I won, or he held the contest back in December, and he sent me this a while back. But I really want to meet him this year and shake his hand, I guess. establish a friendship. I don't know. Just get to meet him this year because I owe a lot to him, honestly. So what is the Alabama KaiMo? I'm not going to make that joke. I'm not going to make that joke. This is a PG, family-friendly channel. Okay, I'm not going to make that joke. Also, yeah, at least you guys sub from it. I got like 10 subs from the contest. Yeah, that's the Kaijuzilla's contest is a really good way to get exposure, especially if you place in it. It's really a good way to get your name out there because he's got an audience of like 42,000 people or something like that. So if you get your name, if he says your name, there's a good likelihood that you'll get a boost in views and potentially subscribers. So to be honest, the figure was extra incentive to do the contest, but for one, I just wanted to make another movie, and two, I also wanted to get my name out there too. But like I said, the figure was just extra incentive to make the movie and enter it into the contest. So I placed second, and nobody subbed mine. I don't know what to tell you, but yeah, Yoshidu, your movie was really good. I like what Kaijila said. I like the music that you used in that, especially the intro music where it gives the title. I thought that was really really good music. So, but Robert Pattinson, as you guys may or may not know, is now Batman. So my thoughts on that are just okay, let's give him a shot, because people thought Michael Keaton was going to be a horrible Batman, and now he's some of people's favorite Batman. Might be, Bale or Kevin Conroy. I think that's his name. But I'm interested to see what Pattinson does with the character, especially since it's going to be a younger Batman. So I'm willing to give him a chance, but I haven't seen the Twilight movies, so I don't really know his acting. So I'm intrigued, but I'm also very cautious because it could turn out a complete disaster. So it could turn out to be a Jared Leto Joker, and we don't want that. Nobody wants that. So, but Adam West best Batman. I can definitely see where you're coming from. Adam West is a very good Batman. Yeah, Adam West is a good Batman. I see, without Adam West, it's the same thing with Godzilla. Without Adam West, we would not have the Keaton Batman. We wouldn't have the Bale Batman. We wouldn't have Kevin Conroy in the animated series. We wouldn't have any of that if it weren't for Michael Keaton. Same thing with Godzilla. If we didn't have that cheesy era of camp and kid friendliness, then we wouldn't have had Godzilla versus King Ghidorah, Godzilla versus Destroya, Final Wars, GMK, or even King of the Monsters, because that era, that time period where it was geared towards children, which essentially sets up a fan base at a young age, which doesn't always guarantee, but it definitely increases the likelihood that they'll be a fan of the series later on in their life. That establishes a fan base later on. So my Batman is Michael Keaton, because he was the first Batman aside from Adam West. But Keaton is my Batman. So But yeah, Adam West. I just finished watching the or not the animated series, the original um, uh, Batman series from the '60s with Adam West and Burt Ward and all that stuff. So the Cesar Romero Joker is also extremely good. Michael Keaton is the best Batman. Who is your favorite Joker? My favorite Joker is probably Heath Ledger, like everyone else's. I do like the Mark Hamill Joker, but once I watched like a compilation reel of all of Joker's voice acting performances in games, and besides the Joker, he just rehashes the Joker voice, and it became less impressive or special to me. But that's just me personally. I just think he rehashes a lot of the voices. But I'm interested to see what Joaquin Phoenix does with his movie, because, like I said, with Pattinson, it could turn out to be the best thing ever, but it could also turn out to be the worst thing ever. It could be a Michael Keaton, but it could also be a Jared Leto. So, or actually, sorry, keeping the Batmans. It could be a Michael Keaton, or it could be a George Clooney. So, I'm interested to see what Joaquin Phoenix does, but I really want to see that movie. Personally, I'm more of a Marvel guy myself. Yeah, in terms of movies, I'm a Marvel guy. Endgame. You can't really argue with Endgame. But Infinity War, Civil War, the original Avengers, I can definitely see why people gravitate towards Marvel instead of DC. But in terms of comics, I'd probably have to give it to DC. I just think that DC is far more influential, because, without DC, we probably wouldn't have Marvel. So I'm not saying that that's merit for placing them higher than Marvel, but you kind of have to give it to them. Hyped for Star Wars 5 or 5, Star Wars 9. I am. I liked The Last Jedi. I don't think it was as good as what do you call it? Force Awakens. But I think if they play their cards right, it could be amazing. But we have 6 months until the movie comes out. So I have to admit, when the trailer came out like 3 months ago or 2 months ago or whatever it was, at the end when Palpatine starts laughing, I thought it was the Joker, because Mark Hamill, plays Luke Skywalker, plays the Joker. It made sense in my mind at the moment I first saw the trailer, and I thought it was the Joker laughing, but nope, it's Palpatine. So, but I am hyped for Star Wars 9 because, like I said, it could be absolutely amazing. But yeah, things I don't want in Star Wars 9, I guess. I don't want to seem like I don't want this. I love Carrie Fisher and Princess Leia, but I kind of think they should kill her off, I guess, is the way to put it. I think if she, Carrie Fisher, she's been dead for what, 3 years now at this point? 4, 2.5, something like that. So I think it's time for Leia to rest. So, yeah. Do you think Palpatine is actually going to be alive? I don't know. I think Palpatine. I don't know if it'll be his like Force ghost, or if it's going to be like his actual body. He could possess a body and and give that host the power of the Force, like I don't know, sort of like a demon thing. I don't know. I'm just waiting to see what happens in the movie. So my friends explained to me why Palpatine is alive and how they are taking a page from the Legends books. See, I didn't read the Legends books. I've really only watched the movies. I haven't seen the Clone Wars. I haven't read any of the comics, so I don't really know much about the Star Wars lore or anything. I just watched the movies and I'm a fan. Do you think Snoke should have died? I think they did have a missed opportunity when they killed Snoke, but I think that he just would have been another Palpatine. And Kylo Ren, to me, is a more intriguing villain than Snoke. So giving Kylo Ren the spotlight, making him the bad guy, instead of Snoke, who could have turned out to be another Palpatine, might have been potentially detrimental. So Palpatine has a bunch of clones, and he poses those clones. Okay. Okay, yeah. So like I said, I haven't read any of the Legends stuff or any of the comics. Yeah, so, but going back to Snoke, I think that, like I said, it was a potential missed opportunity, but they might have turned him into a Palpatine, and we've already seen that storyline. And it just would have been a rehash. That's the main criticism of this sequel trilogy. It's Force Awakens is just A New Hope, essentially. That feels like it, at least. And then Last Jedi is just Empire Strikes Back, but in reverse. So, are you a Lord of the Rings fan? Not really, no. Where do you think Star Wars should go after Episode 9? I think that it should. I don't know. See, I think that it should just be laid to rest for a few years instead of just immediately brought back. I mean, if they want to make like Star Wars stories, like Rogue One, which I really love, and then Solo, which I think could not exist, I wouldn't notice and I wouldn't care. If they made stories like those, adding to the lore without me having to read, I would like that. But I don't think, I don't really think that they should continue with the story, at least with Rey and Finn. I think it should take place like 50 years after they've died or something. I just need that Obi-Wan movie. Yeah, I want an Obi-Wan movie too. What do you think of Disney's upcoming streaming service? Oh, you mean Disney Plus, or whatever it's called? I don't know. Netflix has a lot of good movies, and I might just stick with that. Do you think the live-action Star Wars series on Disney Plus will help or be more detrimental to Star Wars? Are they making a Star Wars series? I didn't know that. It depends on how they play their cards. It could be a Game of Thrones. It could be absolutely amazing, but the last episode of the last series could completely derail everyone. You know, there could be a Starbucks thing in the background, and people would freak out again. But it really depends on how they play their cards and how they present the lore of that series. It's directed by Jon Favreau. Okay, that gives me a little bit of assurance because, you know, Iron Man 2 is okay. But I mean, Jon Favreau really gives me a little bit of assurance because you know, Iron Man and the Jungle Book as well. It's called The Mandalorian. I heard someone talk about that. I just didn't know what it was. I thought someone just really mispronounced DeLorean. So, and I'm actually interested now. Oh, is that Boba Fett? Upcoming American soap opera web television series scheduled to premiere on Disney Plus on November 12th. It's got Taika Waititi, Jon Favreau. Okay, so, yeah, I don't know. I might, like I said, I might just stick with Netflix and just leave it at that. What do you think of the live-action Disney adaptations like Aladdin and Lion King? See, the Jungle Book was really good. The Cinderella one was boring. The Beauty and the Beast one was boring. The Alice in Wonderland two movies were absolutely horrible. See, the thing is that these movies are so heavily dependent on CGI that it will eventually look bad. Like, people thought Phantom Menace looked amazing when it came out, but now that it's, you know, 20 years later, it looks horrible. And they relied so heavily on CGI in that movie that the overabundance of it completely distracts people. So I think that they'll eventually turn out looking really bad, unfortunately. But I mean, that's going to happen with any movie that doesn't really hold up well, or that doesn't have that much care put into it. Not saying that there isn't any care put into the movies, but Tony, you have your powers to gain an unprecedented number of subscribers. Now you will pay the ultimate price. You must pay the iron price. Oh, Gesundheit, Evam. My cat's over there. The Game of Thrones people are making Star Wars trilogy. Really? I don't watch Game of Thrones, so I won't know. I wouldn't know. So, but like I said, the live action Disney movies, eventually they'll look bad. I'm sure Disney can touch them up 50 years later when they'll look outdated and make them look better, but just wait and see. Just mark my words. If Phantom Menace is anything to go on, in 20 years, these Disney movies will look horrible. And unfortunately, King of the Monsters will look horrible too, because damn, that movie was so good. So, but I am interested in watching The Lion King because The Lion King is my favorite Disney movie. So I do want to see that. Joker movie looks really good though. The Joker movie does look really good. Like I said earlier, I'm really interested to see what Joaquin Phoenix does with the character. It is rated R, so, you know, whatever. But I'm really interested to see if the trailer is anything to go on. It will look, the cinematography will look amazing. The camera angles will look really good. Godzilla, who is your fave, KaiMo? My favorite Godzilla is a mix, or is either the 2019 version, right here, from the new movie, the 95 version from Godzilla vs. Destroyer, or the 2004 version from Godzilla Final Wars. I cannot decide. I don't know why. Destroyer is my favorite movie. This was my favorite suit and movie for a long time, and this is just a perfect design for the American Godzilla. So, and pick any of those, and I'll watch it, and I'll love it. Did you see John Wick 3? I have not. I haven't seen any of the other. I haven't seen 2 or 1. I want to see them eventually, but I have other movies I need to watch. What is the rarest figure in your collection? I don't really have that many rare figures. I don't know, maybe the Empire or whatever. What's this called? Imperial Godzilla. Maybe this one. Or I don't know. Maybe I have these tiny little like Gashapon figures. I have like these little Gashapon figures. These are like 2 inches tall, and they came in this giant pack. You know, there's Godzilla 54, Mogira, Gigan, Destroyer, Godzilla, Burning Godzilla, the Aggregate, and then Mothra. There used to be a larva. Now there's Manila up there too, but I'm not going to get him. But there's a larva and Manda, and so I think that might be the rarest. These might be the rarest Godzilla figures I have, but I can't. I'm not a huge collector of rare figures because I can't use them in my movies, and I like to think I get things that are I'm able to use in my movies. So Monster Arts and NECA are generally things I collect. So things like Trend Masters, Marmots, Mini-Mates, whatever that. A lot of old figures I generally don't get. And they also just I don't really need them. John Wick is dope. I'm glad to hear that. I hear nothing but good things about the John Wick series. Who would win, Donkey Kong or King Kong? Depends on the King Kong you're talking about. If it's the Monsterverse Kong, I'm gonna give it to Kong. I mean, I know Kong or Donkey Kong is crazy strong. I've seen the death battle where he fights Knuckles. I know he's extremely strong, but I'm actually, if it's the original or the Peter Jackson one, if it's any Kong except for the Monsterverse Kong, I'm going to give it to Donkey Kong. But if it's the Monsterverse Kong, I'm going to give it to Kong. I wanted a bunch of Super Sentai Gashapons, but they're too expensive. Is Gashapon like these little things where they're in like a little egg capsule or something, and like you build them and then you glue them together or something? Because I only have one, and it's the 2003 version, and I mean it's fine, it's cool, but I don't know if these are Gashapon. So, but yeah, but those are Gashapon. Okay, good. Like I said, I only have one, so I got it at G-Fest 3 years ago. It's my second time at G-Fest. So, how about Disney committing to make R-rated Deadpool movies? See, Disney is. I saw the first Deadpool. I haven't seen Deadpool 2, and Deadpool 1 is amazing. I've heard good things about Deadpool 2 and not the holiday special where it's PG-13. But I'm glad because Deadpool. I'm glad that they're keeping the R rating because Deadpool really benefits from that R rating. So, I'm glad that they're doing that. Wanted to get a bunch to make a display. Okay, like MMPR toys made. Yeah, those. If you make a little mini display, those would be really good for just like a little display or diorama. That would be good. So, but yeah, like I said, Deadpool can really benefit from an R rating. I mean, he already has benefited from the R rating. So that's what I've heard about the Dark Phoenix movie that just came out. People have been saying that if they had given, or if they had been given or allowed to use the R rating or whatever, it really could have benefited in terms of action and overall spectacle. So, hype for Spider-Man: Far From Home. Not really. I'm a Spider-Man fan, but I'm not the biggest Spider-Man fan. I thought Far From Home was okay, if a little predictable. I thought Tom Holland is a really good Spider-Man. You know, he does a good job being, acting like a teenager and being like awkward and shy and stuff. That I think that's something that the other Spider-Man movies lacked. But Far From Home, it doesn't really interest me all that much. Just because Endgame was such a good ending. If the MCU stopped after Endgame, I'd be completely fine because that was a perfect way to end it. But because it was such a good ending, and now Far From Home is coming out, it's just kind of like, oh, come on. It's like, that was such a good ending. You ruined it. Favorite MCU film? Endgame. For me, Endgame was a lot more intense. Like, the stakes were higher because everyone knew that people who died in Infinity War will be brought back to life. So that assuredness, I guess, or that knowledge that they were going to be coming back for the next film kind of killed any emotion I had, or any suspense I had in terms of the characters, deaths and stuff, because nothing in comics is permanent except for Uncle Ben's death. So, favorite DC film? The Batman '89 with Michael Keaton. That's probably my favorite DC. Other than that, Dark Knight, obviously. I liked BVS. I thought it was better than people make it out to be. I think the Martha idea was well played out, I guess. But I like BVS. So, my least favorite DC film is probably either Suicide Squad or, because that movie was just absolute garbage, or Suicide Squad, or I don't know. Batman and Robin is an easy one to pick on. So, least favorite MCU, if I'm going to answer that anyhow. Least favorite MCU is probably just going to be Thor: Dark World. I could not follow along what was going on. I didn't know that the ether was the reality stone as a thing of jam. So I didn't know what the Infinity Stones were. So when the ether went into Natalie Portman, I was just like, okay. Plot device. What do you think of the current state of the DCEU? I don't know. See, Wonder Woman set things straight. Like if Wonder Woman completely failed, both commercially and critically. I think the DCEU would have died if Wonder Woman had failed. Aquaman and Shazam, if I haven't seen either of them, but if they're anything to go off of, the DCEU should just focus on world building with solo movies instead of forcing ensemble movies. So, but in terms of the current state of the DCEU, I don't think they have anything else planned for 2019. I think the Batman comes out in 2020. The Batman movie. Okay, it comes out in 2021. So we still have 2 years until the Batman movie comes out. That's a long time to wait for any real change to happen. If Wonder Woman 1984 turns out to be amazing, like the first one, it could, like I said, propel the DCEU higher up, because all the solo movies, I'm including Man of Steel here, unfortunately. If all the solo movies have been doing well, and the ensemble movies like Suicide Squad, Justice League, and BVS aren't doing as well, to be honest, the DCEU could be in big trouble. Sorry for that tangent. I bet none of that was cohesive and made any sense. So my bad if that completely did not make any sense. So, but yeah. Endgame. Back to Endgame though. I do think Endgame was a good movie, or great movie. I think Infinity War is a better movie, but I just prefer Endgame. I don't know why. Like I said, though, I think the stakes are considerably higher in Endgame than they are in Infinity War, just because people actually die in Endgame. Because, what's it called? Black Widow is dead, and Iron Man is dead. They are not coming back except for Black Widow's solo movie. But they're dead. So that has more impact than half the universe dying and then coming back, at least on me. No, it's all good. All right, I gotta go to bed. Congrats and good night. Well, Agent Doofus, thanks for stopping by and chatting. Really glad you're able to stop by. And have a good night, man. Have fun in Budapest. So, the death of Thanos. The death of Thanos felt like killing Sephiroth at the end of FF7. Who is this person? Sephiroth, or oh, Final Fantasy. Okay, I don't play Final Fantasy. Developed by Square. Is this Square Enix? If it is, cool. And what is Final Fantasy 7? Okay. So, like I said, I don't play Final Fantasy. I don't play games really. So, that I don't know what the connection is, but so Thanos' death when Tony Stark said, "I am Iron Man," and then snapped. I like how Thanos was the last one to disintegrate. So I like that. Just a stylistic choice that I liked. So I think we'll go for another 10 or 15 minutes, maybe half an hour at the most. So because 1,000 subscribers deserves a long live stream. So let's see how many people are watching. Currently 6 views here. So, but have you seen Monster X or Hunter X Hunter? What's that? Well, obviously by asking that question, I do not know what Hunter X Hunter is. Nope, I do not know. That looks like an anime. Crunchyroll. Gone. Freaks. Works hard to become a hunter while searching for the father he doesn't remember. Okay, so it's typical anime stuff. He looks like Astro Boy a little bit. If Astro Boy wore a shirt. But no, I have not seen Hunter X Hunter. That does sound familiar though, but looking it up, it doesn't ring a bell. So, to be honest, I haven't watched a ton of anime. The first anime I watched was Gundam Unicorn, which I love. I love that series. And then the one I'm watching currently is Dragon Ball. I've brought this up 3 times, but in this stream. But this is the original one, so no Z, Kai, GT, none of that. Super. This is season 5, so I'm almost done with it. But yeah, that's a really good series. I definitely recommend it. But anime I'm looking forward to next are the Ultraman manga anime, and then what's it called? Neon Genesis Evangelion. I'm really excited to see that because I know Hideaki Anno, who did Shin Godzilla, directed that, and it's apparently a really, really good anime. So really excited to see what that show's all about. With Shinji Okari and Eva Unit 1 and Rei Ayanami. So I just know random facts and characters about shows and movies I've never seen. So yeah, that's unfortunate, I guess. I don't know. So the death of Thanos felt like, oh, I already read that one. So but yeah, like I said, I haven't seen too much anime. Just wanting to see, like I said, Neon Genesis Evangelion, and then the Ultraman one. And I guess Attack on Titan. Ooh, I have seen One Punch Man too. And One Punch Man, let me tell you, that's some good stuff right there. Well, I know One Punch Man seems really stupid, because it is stupid. But the whole idea and the satirical aspect of One Punch Man is hilarious to me, because that is really the whole aspect of one guy hitting someone with one punch and exploding I think is actually really hilarious, to be honest. So, but yeah, that One Punch Man is really good. I think it's really an awesome anime. Three people watching, not bad. So, well, good. I'm glad people are liking the live stream. Couldn't ask for much more. Ooh, I have to follow YouTube traditions and show my cat. I'll be right back. Hey, Egon, come here. You know what? Yeah. So, here he is. I have to follow the YouTube tradition and show my cat because that guarantees YouTube success and this live stream will go viral. So, what's your next project? My next project is right in this folder. So, it's, oh, how you going? It's the storyboard is done. I'm in the process of writing a script and doing set design, but you know, hopefully it'll be done by September. There's no guarantees. I might fall sick and die this summer and it'll never come out, or I'll get it done by end of July. I don't know. I need to talk to some people and get them to voice act. But hopefully the next project will come out by the fall, let's just say. So I don't want to give any way of the in terms of the premise of the film, like what the story is. So I want to keep that as secretive as I can, because I want it to be a surprise, and I want this to be the best film I can make. This is the first time I've really planned anything out, to be honest. I've never storyboarded before. I've always just sort of had some idea of what I wanted to do, and then I just wing it. And that can lead to some bad timing and planning. But you also just have no idea what you want to do, and it can really extend production time. So like I said, this is the first time I'm really doing any planning out on a movie. So that is, like I said, should be coming out hopefully by the fall. So we can go in half an hour. Let's see. So is the stream buffering? Hey, don't buffer. Hey, I think it just started buffering. Yeah, it might have. Well, sorry if it just started lagging and buffering. So, but checking some things right now. So, how many times did you see King of the Monsters? I've only seen it once. Unfortunately, I want to go see it again with a couple friends. I'm gonna see it at G-Fest, but I wanna, like I said, see it at least 2 more times with a couple friends. Not only will I help increase the box office numbers, but I'll have introduced some more friends to Godzilla and hopefully increase the fan base for the best thing that's ever happened to me. But yeah, I've only seen it once. And The initial reactions to it, it's amazing. Go see it. Monster effects are amazing. The story, well, a little redundant, maybe. It's a heck of a lot better than a lot of other Godzilla movies. So definitely go see it if you can. So, but yeah, to be honest, my this no one asked this in the chat, but in terms of the MonsterVerse, I don't think that the MonsterVerse will continue, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I just don't think King of the Monsters is doing well enough to save the MonsterVerse, unfortunately. Oh wow, it's almost at 300 million. The last time I checked, it was barely it was almost at 200 million. So the future of the MonsterVerse, I think, really rides on the success of Godzilla versus Kong right now, because King of the Monsters isn't doing as well as people thought. Unfortunately, people, the movie, the success and future of the MonsterVerse right now is riding on Godzilla versus Kong, and Adam Wingard, the director, really has to make his movie count if the MonsterVerse is to continue. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. And Toho has already announced that they're going to be doing their own series, so, which I'm excited for, and I'm really interested to see what they would do should they continue their own series, and succeed or not succeed, but should they continue their own series, and would they do would they do something like Shin Godzilla, or would they make it a more traditional series like the Heisei or the Millennium or even the Showa series, where it's a more traditional Godzilla, just monster versus monster action? So, well, one thing I am concerned about, though, is that people might be too monster fatigued. Fortunately, superhero movies don't seem to be halting anytime soon. I mean, the MCU is taking a break in 2020. But unfortunately, I think that audiences are reaching the point where they're having monster fatigue. Pacific Rim came out, Godzilla came out, then Kong came out, and then Shin Godzilla 2, but that didn't have much of an effect on the US. Pacific Rim Uprising came out, King of the Monsters now, and then Godzilla vs. Kong. I'm just a little bit afraid on the anime movies as well, the anime Godzilla movies. But I'm just afraid that people are reaching that point of fatigue where they're just not interested in monster movies, and they just don't want to see them, which would suck, because we all want the movies to continue, at least us kaiju fans, and we all want to get more monster movies, and hopefully not have to wait 10 years like we did in between Final Wars and King of the Monsters. So, but that's my little spiel on that, my 2 cents. So, I don't know, we'll go maybe another 10 minutes here. So get a few more questions in if you want. But the Rotten Tomatoes score for King of the Monsters is right now at 40%, it looks like. And when I posted this on Instagram, so you might not have seen it, but the Rotten Tomatoes score is based on the percentage of critics who liked the movie and not the actual scores. So the percent of approved tomato meter critics who have given this movie a positive review. So it just by looking at that, 40% of critics on Rotten Tomatoes have given it a positive review, even though the average score is a 5.09 out of 10, so a 50%. Actually, probably rounded up to 51. So it's not based on the actual scores. It's based on how many people liked it. So it's like if you were in math class and you got a 60% on one test, but then a 85% on a different score. It's not like, oh, 50% you did good and you did bad. It's you average it out and then you get your class average or whatever. Then you get your grade for the class. But you don't base it on, oh, you did bad on one test and you did great on another test, so your score is 50%. It should just be, your average score. But luckily the audience score is at 85% out of 17,000 reviews. So really the good score, the score we really need to worry about is the audience score. What is the meta score? I don't know. Unless you're talking about the Rotten Tomatoes, which is at 40%. But yeah, that's my spiel, my rant on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't take Rotten Tomatoes seriously at all. I should have come out of the gate with saying that, but too many people do take it seriously. But like I said, it's just based on the number of people who do like it and not the actual score in which the average score of the movie that they give. So it's a crazy world. Definitely crazy. So if there's anything you guys want to talk about, just put it in the comments or the chat and we can definitely talk, because more than willing to. I really have nothing right now to talk about. So and like I said, DCEU, MCU, whatever. But so who's going to G-Fest out of the like 3 people who's watching right now? Who's going to G-Fest? Because it's just around the corner. Because it's mid-July, I believe. July 2nd. No, not 2nd. July 12th. Yeah, 12th through the 14th. So, I mean, I'm going. I'm excited because Akira Takarada is going to be there. Haruo Nakajima's daughter is going to be there. A lot of people are going to be there. Shusuke Kaneko, director of the amazing Gamera trilogy and GMK, is going to be there. A lot of people are going to be there, so I'm really excited to go. And my main goal this year is to meet KaijuZilla 621 because I really have him to thank, to be honest, for the growth of the channel. Then I don't know. In terms of figures, I want to find a 54 Monster Arts if I can for like 75, 80 bucks ish. No more than that really. Maybe a Burning Godzilla, Monster Arts, Godzilla Earth, Shinagawa, the final battle version, Mecha Godzilla. I don't know. I'm just looking for some other kaiju Monster Arts besides Godzilla because that's really all I have. The Ghidorah Monster Arts that's coming out in a few weeks, or in about a month actually. That's the first non-Godzilla Monster Arts figure that I have, or that I've ordered. So, yeah, I'm really excited to see what is at G-Fest in terms of the dealer's room. So, yeah. So, what's the meta score? Oh, I already saw that. I have Mechagodzilla 2 and Kiryu SH Monster Arts. Yeah, I don't have either of those. The Mecha, do you have the Super Mechagodzilla one where it comes with the Garuda, or the original release that came with all the effect parts and back from like 2011 or something like that? So the Kiryu, all the Kiryu releases, whether it be the original one or the 2003 version or the repaint with the Shinagawa version, all those look amazing. So Super, okay, yeah, the that's a good figure too. I saw Super Mario Zilla's unboxing video of that, and it's like, there's already hair in the paint, and I paid 115 bucks for this. It was like, yep, that's mass production for you. So, that super figure, the Mechagodzilla, looks really good. The Kiryu version is also really good. You have the Shinagawa final battle version. Yeah, I really love the way that the damaged version on the chest and the arms look. I do think that the damaged arm could have used some like dry brushing on it, because that would have, you know, given more detail or shown more detail, and also give it a little bit more contrast, I guess. But I mean, that figure looks so good, and the Absolute Zero kind of looks like a Kamehameha wave, or a Kamehameha, however you say it. I just say Kamehameha. But that effect looks so good. I really want to get, if they release it, a 2003 like Tokyo Final Battle version where it comes with the triple maser cannon. I forgot what it's called. The hyper maser. That's what it's called. Where the hyper maser laser. Yeah, that's a good rhyme. Or the maser cannon out of the mouth, or, you know, missile eject or missile things. So that I'm really excited for. They already made it? The 2003 version? Well, what I'm talking about is sort of like what they did with the Shinagawa version, where they re-released it, gave it, you know, the effect part, the damage version, the damage bits, and basically all the other accessories, you know, and added to it, but with the Tokyo SOS version, the 2003 version, where it comes with the same accessories as the heavy arms, like you just said, with the drill, and then, you know, the backpack and the laser arms, or the maser cannons on the arms. But it also comes with a maser effect part for the chest, or for the mouth, and then maybe like rockets shooting out from the backpack, rocket shooting out from the backpack, Sort of like what they did with the Ultimate NECA Striker Eureka, where it came with little plastic, or the exhaust of the missiles came out of the little holes of the rocket launcher. So, you know, yeah, they already released the Heavy Arms Kiryu from 2003, but it's the same figure, but with more stuff, the same way that they did with the Shinagawa version of the 2002 version, you know, where it came with the damage bits and the absolute zero effect part. So I think that would be really cool. I'd be on that so quick. I'd be ordering that. And you just know that they're going to be doing a Tokyo SOS Godzilla with the scar. You just know it. Hopefully has better QC issues if they do end up making it. Hopefully they have better QC issues with the eyes and the teeth, although mine isn't too bad in terms of teeth and eye paint applications, fortunately. So I'm looking up at the Monster Arts Articulation series page. I know it's not the official page, but it's close enough for me. And they still haven't released what that new Monster Arts figure is, the one that's all blurred. So Amazon has a listing for the Mothra and Rodan 2019 set, and it's already sold out in terms of pre-order. And I'm going to go domestic on the Rodan and Mothra. I might get the NECAs just because of the bases. I love the Rodan base with the volcano. I think that's an amazing accessory. So at New York Comic Con last year, they had still in stock the Destroyer special colors. Yeah, that looks good. I don't really like the way that the original Destroyer looks, but I do like the way that the special color version looks, because the way they did the eyes, I mean, it's just yellow paint on the eyes. But the darker red, the more the blood red almost of that figure looks so good. I prefer the Rodan Monster Arts. Yeah, the thing with the NECA is that it looks a lot more grayscale, which isn't as accurate as the Monster Arts, which is far more red. But you do see the lava streaking through the body. You know, all the lava lines and the wings, which I do like on the NECA. I also love the base. Hopefully you can stick an LED light or like one of those little finger lights. But I have to agree with you. I do prefer the Monster Arts, Rodan, and Mothra. But I might get the NECA Rodan and Mothra because of the bases. I love the way the volcano top looks and the way the cocoon looks. So and besides, they're only 25 bucks at GameStop. You can't beat that. So, you know, might get those, might not. I don't know. I'll probably get them after G-Fest. I mean, I'll have to get the Rodan after G-Fest because it doesn't release until November, or not November, September, I think. I would have bought the Mothra, but the larva wasn't included. Yeah, I can see why you wouldn't want to buy that. It's a shame that NECA decided not to include that either, just because it didn't have the rights, or not the rights. It just didn't think. I don't know why they wouldn't do that, because they already promoted it in the promotional pictures, and I don't know. I just don't know why they wouldn't include it in the final product. So crazy going ons, I tell you. Crazy stuff happening. So you know what, let's go for 2 hours. Let's go for another 6 minutes, and then we'll call the stream. So I think that'll be a good way to end it. So celebrating 1,000 subscribers, like I said. Thank you guys so much. I know it's just you, Yoshi dude, and I don't know. Is someone else watching? Both of these don't do justice to the King of Monsters monster design. Yeah. Yeah. Are you talking about both Monster Arts and NECA? Yeah. Yeah, that is the Mothra design. It looks so much like a wasp, and so much like like praying mantis, obviously. You know, with the legs and stuff. But I love the Mothra design in the new movie. Math class. Hey, JD edits. Bandai Vinyl doesn't count. It doesn't. The Rodan, I think, is the worst one. The worst looking one because of the chin. And then you know how the chin is just like looking down all the way. I don't know why they just didn't do a regular job. Or like, see, this Rodan is really good. You know, it looks proportional like it does in the movie, but I mean, I guess the legs are a lot smaller on the 2019 version than the other ones. It looks more pteranodon like and less human like with human like proportions because it's not a suit, it's a CGI model, so they're allowed to go more realistic. But yeah, that Mothra vinyl does not count. I think the best one out of the whole series is the Ghidorah. That's a good looking figure. I'm not gonna lie, but like I said, I'm gonna go Monster Arts on Ghidorah and the other ones too, and potentially NECA for the Rodan and Mothra, like I said. So, math class. So, another 3 minutes. Yeah, Justin, we're gonna go another 3 minutes here. Just call it 2 hours. We can talk later though, if you want. Any Bandai vinyl releases you might want? Not really. I'm not a huge Bandai person. I mean, yeah, I have a whole bunch of Bandai right here. But I might get the Japanese version, or Bandai Japan of the 2000, because this figure doesn't look the greatest, unfortunately. Maybe a Ghidorah, but I'm not a huge Bandai vinyl person. I'm not going to say I'm not a Bandai person at all, because I mean, this is Bandai. The Monster Arts is Bandai. But the Bandai, I just don't think I'm able to apply them in my movies. Like I said earlier, I like to think I buy figures to use in my movies and to you know, use them and not just have them and collect dusts. I mean, sure, I'm being a little hypocritical because, you know, these X Plus figures, you know, they're expensive and they're statues essentially, and you can't use them in your movies. But I like the way they look. I think they're worth the price. But these, I can't find a way to apply them into my movies, so I just normally don't buy them. But if I were to get any, it would probably be the Ghidorah 2019, and then I don't know, the Japanese release of the Godzilla 2000, because that looks way better. So, well, I think I'm gonna call it. It's about 5 o'clock. We've been running for 2 hours. So I just need to find a way to end the damn thing. And current viewers, 2 people. So if anyone knows how to turn this off, I will love you forever. Yep, see ya. Stupid thing. I don't know how, see, like I said, this is the problem with live streaming and being the first, first time live streaming. I just don't know what to do. There's an end button. Okay. Thanks, Yoshi dude. Is there an end button like? Somewhere. This is an embarrassing end to the video or to the live stream. I ended the live stream early once. Info maybe. This sucks. I can tell you that much. Right, I'll Google it. How to end a live stream on YouTube. This is such an embarrassing end to the live stream because it's like, oh, I'm celebrating 1,000 subscribers. Sure, I'm competent on YouTube. No, you're not. You're not at all competent. I know this is just a learning curve. Oh, this is a 17-minute video. This is embarrassing. Well, either way. Well, YouTube or Google it. How to. Hey, KaiMo. Hey. Oh, stop broadcasting. Oh, okay, that works. I found it. Yay, this is pathetic. Hell Bleb. We're gonna end the live stream here. So this is your Asian. I know who you are. The smart. This is the end of the live stream. So I mean, I have to go soon, but yeah, I'll probably host another live stream. I don't know, around G-Fest time maybe. So if you want to come in for that, you're more than welcome to. So once again, thank you guys so much for the support, the two of you that are watching. I'm really glad that I'm able to reach 1,000 subscribers and still hold an audience with the irregular upload schedule that I have. So like I said, thank you guys so much. So I really hope my next video does well and is good. So next movie at least. So hope to see you until the next one. KaiMo Films out.